Hey guys, it's IlonkaSims here, and I am back with another part of my renovation series. So, in case you have never seen it before, usually I grab a build that is in-game, so something in Middle Creek or Oasis Springs or whatever that's just in the game as you get it, and then I renovate it. But this time I tried to do something a little bit different. So this is a wedding chapel that I built very soon after the game came out. This is probably my second or third build that I have done in The Sims 4. So I decided to renovate it. I was like, you know what? I think it's time for a renovation. It's definitely by far my most popular build. It has like over 500 downloads, I think, which I know for some people is not a lot, but for me it is. So, you know. So yeah, it's by far my most popular build, and I thought it was time for renovation. I have learned new things about the game. We have a lot of new items in the game, and I figured, you know what, let's just see what I can do with it. So this is the chapel renovation, I suppose. Now, having said that, this is, I don't know, it's a little bit different from anything else I usually do. But I like it, so that's what's most important, I think. So you can see me here working on a chapel itself. It needed some work, I think. I wasn't entirely happy with it. I wanted to change the windows because I didn't like the windows. And then I realized if you grab these windows that we got with Get Together, they're kind of these, God, what do you call them again? I can't remember the name. But these windows that you can see right now, if you size them up, they actually kind of still work. Like most windows, you can't size them up because it doesn't work. Like the place where you can look through the window, it just doesn't size up with it. But with the... what do you call these again? I don't know. With these windows, you can size them up pretty well. And I mean, if you look really closely, you can see it, but it's not too noticeable, I think. And I think it looks really good. And I really like them for the chapel, so I decided to just go with it and, you know, see what I can do with having these sized up and just, I don't know, go with it, I suppose. So I'm changing some things. We before had a couple of blue details to it, which I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't like it too much. So we're going with some darker woods instead, and instead of what we had, the roof decoration we had before, we now have a fake bell tower. So we put in the gold light because there's no bells in the game. But it's a compromise, I suppose. And we're changing the inside as well. We have, before we had kind of a beige color on the wall, and now it's just a white color. You have very dark flooring, but I think it works because I end up putting in a couple of carpets, which just lightens up the place a lot, as do the lights, because right now I deleted the ceiling lights, and there we go, ceiling lights. We should be good with the ceiling lights and the carpets, but yeah, I think it looks really good in the end. It's not a huge renovation. Like, the outside looks quite similar to what it did before. The inside looks quite a bit different here, the chapel. But the outside looks, yeah, quite similar. But it's still quite different as well. So, but we'll get to that when we, I don't know, start on the outside, I suppose. So the inside is quite simple. I saw these flowers that I had sized up when the game first came out and was like, I should remember to do that in my actual builds these days as well, because I usually don't. So I kept those, and I added some other flowers, and I changed the color of the wedding arch, just to add some more color to it, because before it was very bland. Then we have this side table behind it that I put some decorations on, because why not, I suppose. And then I think here I will also start putting in some different decorations, but I think I might actually do that more towards the end of the build. So I think we might be starting on the outside here. Before, as you can see, we had all these green hedges, which, I don't know, I mean, I liked it, but I also didn't. It was too much. Like, I liked the whole outdoor, very green feel that it had, but it was too much. And as you can see, we're struggling with the fucking, sorry for my cursing, we're struggling with the floor tiles. So if any of you have ever had that, it's because the lot isn't entirely flat. I don't know why it's possible for the lot not to be entirely flat if we don't have any terrain tools, and it's a very frustrating thing because you can't fix it. But I've been able to put in the floor tiles anyway, so it's okay. Sort of. Not entirely, but sort of. So as you can see, we're changing things up a little bit. We had a bar area behind the chapel now before, and we don't have that now. And instead of having these 3 really small separated areas, we now have 1 small one and 1 really big one. So in the small one will pretty much be what it was before. It's a little bit bigger than it was before. So this is the area that first just had a piano and some chairs. I don't know why we had a piano and some chairs, but I think I added that because I played the chapel, like I had a wedding there and I realized you didn't have everything you needed to throw a successful wedding, like according to the goals that you get in game, because you needed a piano. So that's why we have a piano. Anyways, I'm changing the floor tiles, and the most frustrating thing is I want to use these tiles with the red border, but you don't have like an inside version for it. Like, it's a slightly different color. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. But it will have to do, I suppose. But yeah, I have the back to what I was saying. We have the piano, and I end up adding a think of words, Ilonka, you can do it. I end up adding the dance floor in there. That's the word. I don't know why I had to think so much for the word dance floor, but I'm blaming the heat. I don't know how it is for everybody else at this time, but here in the Netherlands, it's really, really hot and humid, and just, it's really gross weather. It's awful. But I don't do well when it's this warm, so yeah, that's also why I might be sounding a little bit weird and struggling with finding words as well. So yeah, we have put in the dance floor, and then I put in these 2 benches, but I end up changing it back to the chairs at some point. And here I start playing around with some different items than what I had before. So we have these flowers that came, I'm not sure if they came with the romantic garden pack or the get together, but one of those. It came with one of those. And I think it would look really nice. I considered adding these arches, but it was too much, I think. But yeah, we're using some of the romantic garden stuff and some of the get-together stuff because I think it works very well. So instead of having the hedge arches, we have these stone arches with the, I don't know, the flowers on top. And we start changing the hedges. So I had initially this one from the romantic garden stuff pack, and I looked at it, it's like, I don't know about this one. And I used it on the outside instead, which I think looks really good. And then we changed the hedges to this smaller fence that came with the Get Together pack. And I think it looks really nice. We still have a lot of greenery around, and we have it in the archways, and we have the flowers and the trees and all that. And I think it works so much better. It looks a lot less ridiculous. Like before, it looked a little bit, it was too much. Like, I liked having all the different flowers and greenery and all that, but it was too much. The landscaping, it was, yeah, too much. I've said that too many times now. But having these different fences, I think, worked really well, and it just made things look so much, I don't know, more sophisticated in a way, and also a lot more like it could be a party. So I added these flags that came with the Get Together pack, and the glass thingy that you could see me put in just before. I put some tables in. So I changed the benches back there to the chairs, as I said I would do. And then here we have a bar and a like outdoor kitchen, because in case you hire a cook, then they can make some food, and a wedding cake, which is kind of nice to have on your wedding day, I suppose. So yeah, it's we have this pig. I never use it, but I had it in the build before, and it's really cute here. So we have the pig. But yeah, we have the outdoor bar in the outdoor kitchen. Again, it has mostly to do with the goals that you get for having a wedding, like if you choose to have it with the goals. So that's why I have those in there. Plus it just gives your Sims something to do. Oh, and I love what I do here, actually. You will see me do this, I think right now, yeah. I changed a little bit of the fence, and I put this tiny fountain on there. It looks so cute. I don't know why I think it's cute, but I think it looks really cute. So yeah, I'm just messing around with some different items. I kind of like these. I didn't end up using them because I also kind of didn't like them that much. And we open it up here a little bit to have a bit of a sitting area, or like a picture area for your Sims that are getting married. Like I can see them just sitting on a little bench in there. Yeah, like that. Just sitting there for like a picture. If this was real life. I mean, I suppose you can have them sit there in The Sims and take a screenshot, but it's not the same. But yeah, it's pretty cute. So you have all these tables. Some of them are underneath the glass cover, some of them are not. And I was thinking about waiting with the renovation until we got the new pack, because I recorded this over the weekend, so I didn't have the backyard stuff pack, which may or may not be out when this comes out. I don't know. It will come out on the same day. I don't know. Usually like with my videos, sometimes I release them at like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and sometimes at 7 p.m. and I don't know. Anyways, I thought about waiting, and then I figured, you know what? No, I'm not gonna wait. I want to do this renovation, and I will do something else with the backyard stuff pack when it releases. So you can come back to the channel probably for a video on that tomorrow, if you want to see me do something with that. But yeah, I don't know, you can quite easily change the things that you want to change. It's the beauty of The Sims. I've gotten into the habit of saying that, like, if you don't like something in my build, like if you want to use it and you don't like something, it's so easy to change. But yeah, we're here in the inside, just finishing off some of the decorations because I didn't like what I had before. So now it's a lot of flowers. Looking at it now, I'm not sure if I'm too happy with it. Just to be honest, you know, I probably shouldn't be saying that, but just being honest, I'm not sure if I like what I did with the flowers. But it looks pretty good anyways. So putting in 2 very simple bathrooms because it's probably needed. And then I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I wanted to put in a window up there, but it wasn't really working. Move the other windows up a little bit. And then we, I think, end off with just some of the landscaping. That's usually what I do last, to be honest. Not always, but usually. So we're just putting in some more flowers. I realized I use a lot of the sizing up of plants when the game first came out. I never do that again. Like never is a really strong word. I hardly ever still size up plants, which I probably should be doing more because some of them look so good sized up. But as you can see, probably I didn't really change much at the front of the chapel. Like, it's pretty much still the same. But we've just gone around and changed the areas where your sim will mostly hang out. I think the front of it looked pretty good still. I didn't want to add any different flowers necessarily, so we kept that quite similar. We just changed the ponds a little bit with some different water in it, with the pebbles and stone border around it. But the rest is pretty much the same. And then I just put in some lighting in case you are there at nighttime. so that your Sims are not walking around in the dark. Though, to be honest, it doesn't really get dark even at nighttime. And we're in the screenshot, so yeah, as always, let me know if you want to see me build something in particular down in the comments. Check the description for the download, and that's it. So I will talk to you next time. Bye, guys.